I was going back and forth. I didn't know exactly the type of topic I was going to speak on. And then this came across my timeline. Not what you're seeing on the screen, but what is in the thumbnail. Now I'm going to show you my Twitter timeline. But shout out to everybody that's here. Salute to everyone, the moderators, the channel members, the patrons. Matter of fact, I've been putting up content on my Patreon. I'm going back in the archives. There's a lot of stuff I got on private that nobody has seen in years. Some of my first live streams on my Jada Black channel that I have privated. I'm now putting them on Patreon one by one. I done put one and I put another video there. And I'm going to slowly start putting those live streams on Patreon. Now, they're not it might have some audio situation. The quality as far as the visuals may not be the best, but damn it, the commentary is. So I'm going to start day by day unloading that onto Patreon. Salute to everybody that's here. I want to talk about married women. You know, the original title was going to be, she's not your wife, she's our wife. That's something that I had came up with. Even though people say she's not yours, just your term. What I like to say is that's not your wife, that's our wife. She's our wife. That's our wife. Make sure y'all like the stream. And we're going to talk about our wife and why our wife, why she tends to seek the attention that she does. But it's not just Ciara. Ciara is just one part of it. There are other women as well. Hell, there are probably women right here on YouTube who do the same thing. Let's see who's here. Hold up. Let's see. Sergio, 25 Kids, Sydney, Darlene, Maul, Sarah, Metamorphosis. Shout out to Darlene with the super chat earlier. Dallas Cowboys. David, Gerald, Calvin. Let's see, Eric, Chris G, Trill, Treyway, Argerine, Bronx Eye, Slim South. Let's see, Gerald, Severe, Gerard, Devon, Brian, Tamisha. What's going on? Appreciate y'all being here tonight. I know it's late, but sometimes the late night streams be the best, But let's get the likes up, please. Okay. That's not your wife. That's our wife. That's something I've been saying for a while now, and I think I want y'all to understand. I'm not just joking around. That's the truth. I mean, a lot of these women's wives are our wife. Are our girlfriend. Y'all let y'all wife go out there and live single. We gonna treat her like she's single. I mean, University, what's up? DJ Great Dane was good. We're going to treat you like you're single. A lot of you guys, and it was brought up in my chat room just earlier that there were some guys in the video that I made about Ciara, and they were talking about how they would want to replace Russell Wilson to be with Ciara. I mean, you dudes, man, what's with you males, man? Why are you males so caught up in the fact that she had this man's children? She came into the relationship with a child. It's not like she came into the situation childless. She had a child when she came into the relationship. Russell did not have any children. She came into the relationship as a packaged deal, suckers. So the fact that you males talking about how you want to replace Russell just shows how delusional and weird you males are. You males are weird and delusional. What's good, Daisy? I mean, I don't know. I don't know what's going on with y'all. You want to replace Russell? I can understand you want to be like, you want to be the football player that he is, right? But to say that you want to replace him and be with Ciara, I can tell you're the type of guys that let your wife run things, right? Your wife twerking to other men on Facebook and Twitter, right? She got work husbands. She got a Facebook husband. Hell, she got a YouTube husband. A lot of heifers on here with YouTube husbands. So, you know, so when I hear you guys, man, y'all say some of the stuff that you say. I don't know, man. It just seems like a lot of you guys have been raised wrong in regards to. Now, again, people will say, well, they have a good marriage. There ain't nothing going on. Like, why are you making a big deal out of this? I'm not making a big deal out of it. As a matter of fact, it's been women bringing this stuff to my attention, not men. This photo that you're seeing, this screen caption or the screenshot, this was from the Espys, right? They're doing the Espy Awards tonight. And there was a female that brought this to my attention. I don't go looking for things about Ciara because women are starting to see this and they're saying to themselves, it looks to me like she's trying to go out of her way to be seen, right? While she's with the guy who, with her, they built a marriage on a religious foundation, right? You build a marriage on a religious foundation only for it to look like it's all in vain. I played the video from her Instagram with her throwing up the hook 'em horns. Where's that? I mean, I have to get that video, man. I may have to get that video. It just looks like she has a new energy. Don't that seem like it? It seemed like Ciara has a new energy. Her energy was so wrapped up into being a wife, right? And to being a mother, you thought. But oh no, Ciara wants to prove that she's that bad bee. It's still family friendly programming. Ciara still got to prove that she got it. She still got to prove that she got it. So she's going to go on stage with her, got nothing but, she got all her tits out. Just the nipples are showing. She got to show you the assets to let y'all know she's still that chick. My thing is this. When are women going to retire from the streets? When are women going to retire from the streets? That's what we want to know. It's the video here. They throw this video up. This was in my commentary when I did on her the other day, right? Look at that. She got the hook 'em horns, the Cam Newton One Love, right? You know what it is? The One Love Cam that we're doing, right? So she just has this new energy about her, right? It just seemed like she's in a different place, right? And I try to tell these guys, like, you got these guys talking about how they want to be Russell. No, they don't. They say they want to replace Russell, right? They don't even want to be Russell. They want to replace him. They want to replace Russell. Why would you want to replace Russell? What did Russell do to you for you to want to replace him? Shout out to Maul C. Ciara played the game and won. Russ just got played. I told y'all Russell is stuck, man. Russell is stuck. Right? Right? I'm telling you, man, you males can talk all the shit you want in the comment section, but it's not going to change a damn thing, man. I already know where this marriage is going. I told y'all Ciara is in control now. This is Ciara. You know, y'all saw her as the wife and mom, and just by Russell's side, she's tired of that. She wants her own identity. She wants her own identity. And I know it's hard for a lot of you simps to believe this, but understand this. Okay, I want things to work out for Russell Wilson's sake, for those children's sake, and for Russell Wilson's sake. But, you know, you're not going to really get me to change how I feel about how, you know, things are going in this particular marriage. Hold on, let's see. There's another video here. Let's see. Okay. But yeah, man, listen. I just want to know from all, you know, if you're a guy that, you know, you feel like nothing is wrong with Ciara doing, and you know, we're making it worse than what it is. Okay. But things have changed, and I'm telling you right now, it's not going to go back to the way it is. You know, once you allow a woman, you know, to do whatever, and there's excuses are going to be made for it, there's no changing it. And again, I'm not here to change Ciara. I'm not here to say, hey, she needs to do this better, that better. This is who she is, man. I accept people for who they are. I just want you lames to stop telling me I'm wrong and stop flying in with your capes.
Don't be surprised if she divorce Russell and take all his income.
Appreciate that, Joshua. You know, again, I can sense the energy of people, and I can sense that she wants to do more of what she wants to do. You know, the pandemic is hopefully in the rearview mirror, and we've seen a whole bunch of people divorcing. Right? We've seen a whole bunch of people now leaving their marriages. I did a video today about, you know, Tyrese's ex-girlfriend. Now, you know, she apologizing to him publicly because, you know, the street saying what it is. So, you know, Ciara, she's comfortable, but she wants to do her. She wants to do her. Now, again, you will have people who will look at this photo and say, again, there's nothing wrong with that, Jaye. So what? She's not cheating. Okay, you know what's crazy? When I did my video about Russell Wilson and her denying him that kiss, right? It was all in their face, right? It just looked like a very awkward moment. And then you still had a lot of people that wanted to ignore that. I don't ignore anything. This is why a lot of you guys get played, because you ignore the signs. I don't ignore what's right in front of my face. I really don't. And I just think that it's a different day and age, people. We had a different day and age, man. Different day and age. And honestly, man, a lot of y'all would probably believe what you want to believe, but I don't think women have to do all that to get attention. They really don't. They don't have to do all that. This reminds me of J-Lo, right? J-Lo was doing a bunch of, when she was with A-Rod, she was doing a bunch of thirst trapping towards the tail end of that relationship, and then they just fell apart. All these cheating rumors all of a sudden. The next thing you know, she's with Ben Affleck, right? You never know when a relationship is doomed, right? All you can do is hope for the best, right? You hope for the best. For Russell's sake, I hope it works out. I'm not here to rain on his parade. I don't want to see this guy ruined. I don't want to see his marriage fail. But I'm not going to sit here and ignore things just to make y'all feel comfortable. I'm not going to do that. Because when you ignore things, you get caught off guard. You know, oh, I can't believe she did this or said this. You can't. What are you talking about? But again, for her sake and his, and this, no, especially for his, I would hope that things will work out, But having your breastises all out at a sports award show where kids are going to be watching, families are going to be watching. Like, you don't think about that? You have children. You don't want to be sitting watching, even though there ain't a lot of people watching the Espys Awards. Let's be real. You sitting up there watching the Espys Awards with your kids, and then next thing you know, you see her on stage. You see nothing but tits and covered nipples. Like, come on. Like, we've gone to a different level of I need attention. I need attention. And then people will still act like you're wrong for pointing this shit out. Right? Ciara wants to get back into music. She wants to be relevant in music again. Right? She just waited for her opportunity, and now she has her opportunity to get back into music, which is fine. I'm not saying she shouldn't follow her passion. If her passion is music, go for it. But to me, her passion is shaking her ass. That's what it looks like. Shaking her ass, getting attention. Like most of these women these days, man. You can do, what's funny? When I look at women in their pictures, and the only time you see them smile is when they're turned around and they're showing you their assets. That's the only time I see these women smile. They'll take a bunch of pictures, but they'll never smile, right? Until they turn to the side and show you how big their assets are. That's when you see them smile, because that's their self-esteem. Their self-esteem is in their body, is in what they feel like is their best feature. They don't. That's why I say a lot of these women of today have very low self-esteem. This is why you see them try to be like these female celebrities. They go get the BBLs. They pretend like they're Fashion Nova influencers, right? Got like 5,000-10,000 followers, and all of a sudden they think they're a Fashion Nova, influencer. Being on the Shade Room is their passion. That's what it is. Being on the Shade Room is their passion. Just getting on the Shade Room, that's their passion. I say this about Meg Thee Stallion because Meg Thee Stallion she loves fame and attention more so than she loves music. She loves the perks of being in the music business, but she doesn't really put the work in. Cardi B, when she first started, was putting the work in. She's not really putting the work in anymore because she's comfortable. She's married to a guy that has money. She's making money without having to leave the house. Like, Cardi B is comfortable. She's comfortable. And when she does try to release music and people don't like it, she has a meltdown. Meg Thee Stallion is what is your today's female artist. It's less about substance and talent and more about, let me shake my assets to get attention. That's what they do. They shake their assets to get attention because it means more than actually putting the work in and getting the accomplishments, because they know, because of how lame the lamestream media is, they're going to get accolades and awards. Meg Thee Stallion thought that she was winning by having Erykah Badu on stage dancing, when all Erykah did was steal her spotlight. Because Erykah Badu didn't let her come on to her when she was performing and, twerk in front. And while she was performing, she waited until Meg Thee Stallion was twerking, because Meg Thee Stallion was performing, because Meg Thee Stallion is still green. She's a fan, and she thinks that's a good thing. Make sure y'all like the stream, man. A lot of times people don't really understand how difficult it is to make it in the business. But when you're a woman and you're willing to do degrading things in order to make it, you'll get, I guess, far. You know, we are in a time where debauchery is becoming normal. You got dudes out here making, twerking in music videos. We are normalizing weirdo behavior. We are normalizing slower culture. That's why I do a Patreon series on the slorification of America. We are seeing the slorification not only of adult women, but we're seeing the slorification of girls who are teenagers now. Because of TikTok, because of Instagram, and just being able to go live and being able to post themselves. You got girls that can't wait to turn 18 so they can join OnlyFans. Solange's entitled son, spoiled son, speaking of talentless, he's more known for bad relationships more so than any type of talent. He was dating a girl that who had an OnlyFans at 18 while I believe she was still in high school. The slorification of America is ruining women.
Ciara trying to pull a Lil Kim.
Appreciate that, Eric. It looked like that was what she was going for. It probably was smaller than that, but they told her she needed to, you can't be showing all that. She, I'm pretty sure somebody asked her, do you want to do this? And she was probably like, yeah. Yeah, Charlie Sheen's daughter and his daughter's mother. Right? What's up, Sarah? I see you. These young girls are being indoctrinated with slur ideology. And these girls, by the time they're 25, they're already ran through. Probably got a couple children. And they're bitter at the world. Like you got heifers talking about how they're swearing off men, right? How the hell are you going to swear off men that you keep choosing? You keep choosing narcissistic men. You keep choosing men who clearly have mental issues. You can't hide that. Just like a woman can't hide the fact that she's a slur. You can't hide that. So, because again, if I know that a woman has slur tendencies and I wife her up, that's on me. I can't sit here and get mad when she cheat on me. Bro, you knew she had it in her. Literally and figuratively. Oh my goodness, man. She had it in her. She had it in her. I'm telling you, man, these girls are getting ran through. These Gen Z girls are getting ran through. The Gen X women ain't talking to them. The millennial women definitely aren't because they're ruined. Nobody's talking to these young girls. Nobody's trying to really speak to these young girls and give them real life lessons. Because the women who are like Ciara's age are still trying to compete with those younger girls. Ciara is a wife and a mom that's still trying to compete with girls who are in their early to mid 20s. What does that tell you? And it ain't just her. It's other of you older heifers who are married with children who are still trying to compete with young single women. Trying to out-twerk them. Trying to wear the most revealing things that they possibly can. And none of y'all are giving any type of real game to these women because y'all competing with them. And I see this fake female solidarity. All this fake female solidarity that y'all be putting out here. Women empowerment. Women empowerment doesn't exist. Women empowerment is a lie. These heifers are lost. All they do is gang up on people they don't like. That's all they do. They don't have no sisterhood. Ain't no such thing. These women will sleep with one of these females' husbands or boyfriends with the quickness. And these young girls have nobody to turn to, just like these young boys don't, because a lot of you got old heads out here who ain't teaching nothing, who ain't giving no real game to these young men. Because they're trying to compete with these young. It's nothing worse than an old head, a gray beard, that wants to compete with younger men. Like, bro, what are you doing? Because they trying to sleep with these younger women, so they feel like they have to compete. Bruh, if you're mature and you have all this knowledge, you wouldn't have to compete with nobody. That's the great thing about having knowledge, right? That's a great thing about having experience. You don't have to compete. You already know what's going on in life. But too many of these graybeards, they don't give no game to nobody. They don't teach shit. And that's why you see friction between the old heads and these young guys. These young guys are being groomed by the streets to do violence to other men, especially in the black community. Or to be baby daddies. To be baby daddies to multiple women. But we just have a generation of people just not clicking. And we see all these problems. No, it's not just the women. There's a lot of circumstances that are going on that put us where we're at. The indoctrination, right? BET Uncut used to come on at around what? About what, 2, 3 in the morning? Do you know why? Because they wanted to make sure that the only people that are up that late at night are people over the age of 18. Fast forward now, you could watch BET Uncut in the afternoons. Because that's just how far as a society we have fallen. We used to care about making sure that the children did not see certain things. Now, I will say this, though. They did used to have HBO on cable. They used to have HBO Cinemax on cable. Like, you could watch it. When you flipping channels on basic cable, it used to be there, but they took it off there. I think after about 2000, they took it off. I think, was it 2000 or 2005? I know they took Cinemax off, but they kept HBO on there for a while, and they took HBO off too. Everybody stayed up for that. Yeah, I'm pretty sure some of y'all was watching BET Uncut. But they knew to put it at that hour just to say, hey, we're putting it at this late hour. So if those kids see it, it's up to y'all to keep them kids from being up late at night. That's why your parents used to make you go to bed at around 9, 10 o'clock maybe, because they wanted to make sure you were asleep, and so you're not up watching BET Uncut or whatever was on MTV. No, or those infomercials. Those are Girls Gone Wild infomercials. Now they have men in dresses and wigs in the schools dancing and reading stories to children. We used to protect the children. Now we want to indoctrinate the children to act like adults. This is why you have to be very, very careful of, especially if you have children, what they see and what, You have to hold yourself to a certain standard. I'm sorry. I don't care if Ciara has a nice body or what. I don't care. She has a daughter, don't she? She has children. So she has to carry herself a certain different way if she don't want her daughter growing. But the problem is, you got a lot of these weirdo women, these women who are been slorified, a lot of these women who've been indoctrinated. They're indoctrinating their daughters. They're trying to make their daughters grow up to be just like them and raise their sons to be just like the men that don't want to be with them. And this has happened in a very short amount of time. All of these changes have come, in the last 20 years? What's going to happen in the next 20 years or the next 10 years or the next 5 years? It took us 20 years to get to this point. 20 years. And they're very open and outward about how they want people to grow up, the children to grow up to be just as screwed up as they are. We have a lot of mentally unstable people who are able to make decisions on laws and are able to do these things. And a lot of people are submitting. A lot of people aren't even fighting back. They have lulled a lot of you to sleep. You got access to these smartphones and tablets. A lot of you care about living your best life. But are you going to have a best life to live if the world continues to go to shit? If the world continues to go to shit, you're not going to have a best life to have. Understand that. Look at what 2020 did to people. And they probably want to do that again. So you need to keep your eyes open to the propaganda. Don't believe everything the lamestream. Don't believe nothing the lamestream media tells you. Do your own research. Go to, and I did on my Patreon, I gave y'all some sources that you can go to find some real news about what's going on in the world. Shout out to everybody. So make sure y'all like the stream. I have nothing against Ciara, but I feel like this is too much for a married mother. I don't care if she's a singer, a female rapper. You don't have to go this far. She knows she's on ESPN. She's on a family-friendly Disney network. These women can't leave the house without showing some assets or showing some tits. Do y'all know there are women who feel uncomfortable if they not showing you their assets, not showing you how good their legs look? And this is where we are in this society. We are going nowhere fast. And a lot of you have been, you basically have been seduced by the propaganda. You've been seduced by these celebrities. This is why I make videos on celebrities. Y'all can say whatever you want, but the celebrities are the ones that y'all look up to, that you follow, that you defend. They're going to be people that's going to see this live stream, and they're going to go right here and try to defend this shit and say nothing is wrong here. You're on a Disney network. ESPN is a Disney network. And you got to, I could see if you were at the BET Awards, maybe. What's one of these award shows? MTV Awards, but you're on a family-friendly network, right? And you didn't think to yourself, maybe I shouldn't have all this out here. Now, maybe she likes the outfit, but what you could do with that outfit, you can take that to one of these after parties, right? You want to go to one of these after parties, you can wear it to one of the after parties. But you do this intentionally because you know you're going to be on TV and you want people to see how good you look. Why do women, like Ciara, have to every day seek to look good to get attention? I mean, don't you have the man you want? Like, we get it. Like, we get it. We get it. You want to look good. We get it. You want to show that you still got it. And you know what's crazy? I wouldn't be shocked if you see women showing up like this at the Kids' Choice Awards sometime soon. I wouldn't be shocked. I would not be shocked you see one of these heifers show up at the Kids' Choice Awards like that. Even though there's more of a dress down, you're bringing your kids, you get all those kids there, but some of these heifers don't care. They will still bring out the thought in them there too. And again, when I talk about these things, I'm not just talking about Ciara. It's bigger than Ciara. Go on social media. Hell, go to the mall, especially if you live in a big city. Look at how the women are dressing. Look how they got these young girls dressing. There's an agenda to glorify women, to make them undateable and unmarried and not an unwife material for men, or to force men to change their morals in order to wife up a woman who's going to be immoral. And therefore you're going to be in a relationship or marriage that's going to be dictated by her. I mean, can you imagine? You look up and you see your wife viral for shaking her assets at a store with dudes watching. Like, your wife is literally putting on a twerk show for a bunch of dudes at a gas station. Like, y'all seen that video of her twerking at that gas station? Because there were dudes there. That was ways off, but they were there watching. That's where your wife was. Listen, if you want to walk around the house in the nude, that is you. That you're in your home. You're in your home. But what happens when women, submit to the slorification agenda, it ain't just going to be wearing outfits. It's going to be her dealing with other men. And I know y'all don't want to believe that, but we're talking about Western women. Are you serious? We talking about Western women. These women ain't loyal. Is you crazy? Look, we talking about Western women. Loyal to who? Themselves? So understand, man. Attention is the ultimate currency for a lot of these women. These women will be sick if they couldn't post to Instagram or Facebook of them showing you their assets. It is their best quality. The best quality on a woman used to be her smile. It used to be her femininity. That's not the case anymore. These women hate their femininity. And they envy the fact that men can go and screw a bunch of women and be praised for it. Right? So they're copying men. These heifers got rotations too. They have rotations of men too. Probably women too. Hell, knowing Western women, probably women too. They got women too. They got men on their roof and women. So it's bigger than just Ciara and Russell. And again, for Russell's sake, I hope it works out. Because the dude is genuinely a good dude. I have nothing bad. I don't have no bad word to say about Russell. I've never said anything bad about Russell. And I know people say, well, he's a simp, he's all this and that. I don't have a bad word to say about Russell because Russell is trying to do things the right way. And I can only praise a guy for trying to do things the right way. But you cannot tame what cannot be tamed. Can't. So, and you know what? I said this I did a video today. I posted a video about Jennifer Lopez marrying Ben Affleck, right? And I talked about how, Jennifer Lopez is a liberal. Ben Affleck is a liberal. They believe in a new world order, so to speak. They believe in, progressivism, but they still want a traditional marriage. Why do liberals and Russell and again, Ciara is a liberal. I believe Russell may be as well. I'm not sure of his political leanings, but you got liberals like this. Because again, Ciara's a liberal. Again, I don't trust liberal women. Liberal women, I do not trust a liberal woman. I advise a lot of you dudes to not date liberal women. Women who are hardcore Democrat supporters, you might want to leave them alone. Nothing but trouble. And I said that, why do liberals love traditionalism? They're trying to, they did something today about, gay marriage, right? Once again, how are you a progressive, but you want marriage so bad? Why do you want a tradition? Why are you trying to go progressive? Gay marriage, right? All these different things they're trying to do. But you want a traditional life. You want a traditional family. You got people saying 2 men can marry. Okay. Then they say, well, we want a child. And it's like, what? So you hold up. So you want a family unit, but you talk negatively about men and women who get married and have children, who have more of a social conservative viewpoint on things. But y'all want the same thing. You want to date men. You're a guy that wants to date men and marry a guy and have a child, but you try to shame and go and disrespect straight couples that have children and have families. But why do you want traditionalism? I thought you're a progressive. I'm telling you. Look at this jackass. Bruh, Russell Wilson used to go to church with Ciara. So why don't you tell Russell Wilson to go to church? Or go back to church? Maybe he hasn't been to church in a while. Which is why, Ciara's out here wilding out. Okay? You go tell them that. There's nothing wrong with being a Christian. Absolutely nothing. A lot of you atheists, God-hating weirdos always have this weird energy. It's almost like you want to run into a brick wall as fast as possible because you want to inflict pain on yourself because you have nobody else to inflict it on, and 2, you just have this self-hatred. Why don't you go deal with that self-hatred? Go deal with those issues in therapy instead of trying to tell people what they should believe in. Why don't you go tell Russell and Ciara to go back to church? They was in church. You ain't seen a picture of them kneeling down in church? They were the ones who built their marriage on a religious foundations. They built their marriage on religious foundations. They're the ones who was in church. They were in church. Russell Wilson was on his knees praying to God that he brings him what he has, which is Ciara, which is love, right? Understanding. Protection. So when you want to bring up the religious aspect, we can bring the religious aspect. because there is a higher power, whether you want to accept it or not. A lot of you who don't believe, a lot of you people who don't believe, there's, you give off this energy of a person that hates themselves, that hates the world. You got to deal with that. You got to deal with that. When you build something on a religious foundation, it's not that your wife should be completely just covered up and do it. That's not what we're talking about here. We're talking about a woman pattern of behavior. We're not just talking about one situation. When you build something, like Megan Good and Devon Franklin, right? Megan Good went into a marriage on a religious foundation and she couldn't take it anymore because that's not who she is. She wants to be free to be herself and do what she wants to do. Now, hopefully for Russell's sake, he doesn't end up in that same situation. Doesn't mean that you don't have to be a believer, but if we're talking about this situation here, this was built on religious foundation. So in reality, that's what that was built on. So yes, they're going to get a little bit more scrutiny. Yes, they are. And I think that, and that's fine. Listen, I ain't got no problem with people disagreeing. I just want to bring extra bit of information into the conversation. And I think that we should build more relationships on a foundation that we both agree on. Because if a woman tries to be more of what that man wants her to be, at some point she's going to rebel. She's going to rebel. We saw it with Devon Franklin. Devon Franklin and Megan Good. Megan Good rebelled against the religious foundations that they had because that's not who she is. That's not who she is. This is why it looks like Ciara is making up for years of not being sexy and not being able to be herself. It's almost as if she's trying to make up for that. She's making up for lost time. That's why I tell you guys, man, before you try to marry a woman, you need to try to understand whether she's really honest about who she is, because we could be talking about a chameleon. We could be talking about a chameleon. We could be talking about somebody that is not who they say they are. And how many times have we seen that? We see it right here on YouTube. People pretending to be who they are. I've seen this for years, right? A woman will pretend that she agrees with you. She will pretend that she understands you. But as soon as you get her upset, all that goes out the window. And they show you their true face of who they are. That's why women need to be honest and stop faking it. But again, when you want something, not saying that this is what everybody does, but when people want something, they'll lie for it. They will straight up lie for it. But at some point, that mask is going to slip and they're going to show who they really are. So don't wife up these women who aren't truly on the same path you are. This man, Russell Wilson, is getting roasted on social media for his outfit, right? An outfit that she styled him in, right? Because he's trying to be more of what she wants him to be. Never change who you are for no woman, unless that woman brings you benefit. Now, if the changes that you have made have benefited you, that's different. Now, Russell Wilson is a very, very good NFL quarterback. His talent on the field has gained him the opportunities that he has. Now, there may be other business ventures that Ciara has helped him gain, but let's be real, he gained those opportunities because he's a married athlete. He's a married famous guy. When you're a married famous guy, you get a lot more opportunities. You do. That is true, Robert. They do. When a woman still thinks she got it, she will get a divorce. Because she thinks she can get another, top tier guy. All right. What's good, Ricky? Make sure y'all like the stream, man. Giving you this awesome content. Like always, But as I said, if you're subscribed to the Patreon, man, I'm putting up my archived live streams that have not been seen since the day I went live on those. I'm going all the way back to 2017, grabbing some of those classics. It can be kind of all over the place. You're going to have to, deal with some ranting, for like 30 minutes straight. But yeah. Salute to everybody, sir. I just want men to succeed and do well. I want them to be in control of their own destiny. They are trying to root out masculinity. They're trying to replace masculinity with femininity, but not the femininity that you think. They're trying to replace masculinity with toxic femininity. They want to replace it with toxic femininity, right?
Pusha T called out Drake and said, "He's hiding a child." Now Drizzy is involved in the boy's life. Women, please also hold women accountable.
Appreciate that, Jamie St. Patrick. Yeah, Drake became more of an involved dad after that. Very much so. They want to change masculinity with toxic femininity. They want effeminate men to replace the men. They want masculine women to sort of replace men. That will never work. A society like that will be imbalanced and it will fall apart completely. But see, these bozos don't understand this, but they'll understand it when it's too late. That's why when men check out of corporate America, when men check out of the job force and start working for themselves, things fall apart. It really do. That's why and you know what's crazy is that you got other men that will try to shame you and tell you that what we speak about is wrong. I don't know if it's because, they're married or they have a family, but so what? Who cares if you have a wife or family? You need to stand up for men, period, and understand that we are in a situation where they're trying to root out men who will push masculinity and will embrace their masculinity and will not bow down and cower to women and their weak male counterpart, allies, so to speak. I don't care if you have a wife, but don't sit up here and try to disrespect and shame men for calling out this behavior. So what if you got a wife? You need to stand up for what's right. Don't lie to men and say, well, marriage is great. Okay, marriage is great for you. But there's a lot of other men out here, marriage completely sucks. And if they get divorced, they'll never do it again. I want to see men succeed. A society is strong when the men are strong. This is why Russia and China have taken aggressive steps to root out the expansion of the gay ideology, or I would say the alphabet community agenda. I know they pushing the rainbow flag, gay shaming. We want to root out all gay shaming. We want men in dresses being considered women. Like, they're rooting out that shit because it destroys the society. And America's going to be destroyed if it doesn't wake up and see that all this nonsense they're trying to push, all this destroying the past, is only going to ruin this country even further. You can't redo the past. You cannot cancel people who are no longer here and try to change up everything. That's not how it works, people. People have memories. People can do research. And again, if you're part of the alternative community, then do what you want to do, live your life, but you cannot use your orientation to attack and shame others. You allow women to use your orientation to shame men who aren't gay, and you say nothing. That ain't right either. But I do think that a sprinkle of females are starting to get it. Again, this picture was sent to me by a female that follows me on Twitter because they're disturbed. Women are starting to see this. It ain't just men. And those women aren't mammies. Those women understand what's going on in the agenda. Right? Salute to everybody that's here. Paris, I see you. What's up? Make sure y'all like the stream. Women are like, you have everything. Why would you go out of your way to do this? Because that's the problem. A lot of these women like this, they never have enough. They'll have a Russell Wilson or a Michael B. Jordan, and that still won't be enough. It still won't be enough. Because they in their mind, they can have more, right? They're never satisfied with that. So, in looking at how things are and how things are moving, more people need to wake up before it's too late. They have basically they have pulled the wool over a lot of people's eyes, man. They really have. They have convinced women that they should replace men. They have convinced women that you can replace men, that, men aren't as tough as you. They're just convinced these women that to basically be self-haters. Why do you think so many women are getting surgeries? Is because they're looking at what's going on and they think that they're supposed to do those things. But they don't know what they're doing to their bodies in the process. A lot of people need to wake up. That's why I'm willing to do these videos. And again, you're going to have a bunch of males who are going to co-sign everything that Ciara and Russell do because, they like they said, they want to replace Russell. They want to be with Ciara. That's their agenda. But it's okay. So you want to be with a woman who is going to be out here twerking for other men? That's why I say that's not your wife. That's our wife. Because there's not anything that you've seen that we haven't seen. Especially when you dudes are allowing your women to go to OnlyFans. Like, they don't respect you either, man, unfortunately. Unfortunately, they don't respect y'all either. New attention is the best attention. Having, a marriage and a family ain't enough. It's not enough for them. They want more. They want more. And people are going to sit here and act like, we're wrong for bringing this up and there's nothing going on here. But why even do this? Let me put this up. Hold up. Why even put this up? You're putting stuff like this up, man. This is what our wife does. Looking very European. This is our wife. This ain't just your wife. This is our wife. You take care of her. You give her the lifestyle that she wants, the social status that she has, right? But at the end of the day, she's always gonna show out for us. Probably more than for you, because we get the makeup done, hair done, right? And she when she's with you, she got the bonnet on, right? She got the house. What do you call it? The house dress, pajama pants, glasses on, probably. You got to deal with her mood swings. We ain't got to deal with none of that. You got to deal with that. You got to deal with all that craziness. Right? We ain't got to deal with that. We get her at her best. We get her at her best, family. But then you will still have these simps ready to fly in to say, hey, you're wrong for what you're saying. We love her. We don't treat her that way. I be seeing some of you dudes comments. Y'all looking like suckers, man. Would you allow your wife to do this? This is our wife. This ain't your wife. Well, this is your wife, but it's our wife too. We this is both of ours. Like I said, we ain't got to deal with the bonnets and the pajama pants and the weird mood swings. We ain't got to deal with none of that. You got to spoil her, take care of her. We ain't got to give her nothing except for attention. That's all we got to do for our wife, right? It's our wife. Whenever y'all dealing with dudes, right? Yeah, we get her at her best. We get her at her best. You know what I'm saying? So that's what you got to say, man, with these guys, man. Like, man, we get your wife at her best, man. You get her when she ain't. You know what I'm saying? So, let's see. That's the other one. That's the other picture. I'm telling you, man, why did she like curve Russell when he was trying to kiss her? Nobody has explained that to me. Or they're saying it's no big deal. It's no big deal. Hold up. She throwing up the hook'em horns. The hook'em horns. Hook'em horns, right? Listen, man. I ain't got nothing against her. I hope things work out, man. I hope everything work out with our wife. You know what I'm saying? I hope everything work out with our wife. And listen, she ain't the only wife that we have. We got plenty of you dudes' wives, or we're sharing. We there's a bunch of you dudes' wives out here we sharing. Girlfriends too. A lot of you dudes out here dating women that you think just for you. Oh, no. She for everybody. She for everybody. Don't be mad at me, be mad at yourself. That's what I tell y'all. Don't be mad at me. Be mad at yourself. Okay? Be mad at yourself. Your wife, you ain't giving her enough attention. That's why she has to come to us. That's why she has to come to us, okay? Because you ain't doing it, man. You not doing it. You not. It's our wife. What you talking about? I ain't trying to hear nothing else. You got dudes talking about, well, I would replace Russell. Why? I mean, what benefit? I mean, we get the best benefits. Now, he does get to sleep with her every night. But, outside of that, we never have to see her, toned down. We see her nothing but toned up, So, yeah, shout out to everybody that's here, man. Shout out to everybody that's here, man. we gotta continue forward, man. They're trying to slurify society, and we can't let them. Okay, and don't let the shame get to y'all. It was women that were doing it. Now you got males doing it. A lot of these guys are just weak. They
hey,
weak
Jay,
to
you
the
think
core.
Deep down she misses Future?
Appreciate that, Joshua. I think so. I think on the surface she doesn't, but she was tied up in like a back and forth with Future, taking them to court and all that. But over the last, I would say, couple of years, she sort of like has been, just focused on what she doing with Russell, and hasn't really focused on Future much. So that's interesting. Women always love the bad boys. They always look the womanizer bad boys. Women love them, even the women that claim they don't like them. Right? See you, Sonny. What's up? I did not see the Espys, but when I saw that Steph Curry was hosting, I was like, oh boy. I did not see it. I did not see it. But again, listen, I want them to work out. I don't want them to fail. I'm not a hater. I'm not going to sit here and ignore things just because y'all want me to. Because there are things to be learned in everything that I speak about. You may not like the stuff that I speak about, but there's truth there. The truth is there. And a lot of these women are chameleons. A lot of these women are wearing a mask. They're not really who they say they are. And again, I've seen this firsthand. I've seen women pretend like they understand what I'm saying or what other guys are saying, but they really aren't. They're just trying to be a part of something. And let me tell you, ladies, something. You don't have to pretend like that. If you don't believe in something, then don't fake believe like you believe in it. Because you're gonna be tested. Just like you women shit test men, we need to start shit testing these heifers. Especially before you put a ring on her finger. A lot of these women are crazy, bipolar, functional alcoholics, cocaine snorters, pill poppers. Yeah, I haven't watched the Espys in probably about almost 10 years. That's when they actually, ESPN was worth watching. They went completely left field. They went trash probably after about 2013, 2014. That's when it just became a sideshow. It just wasn't good anymore. The 30 for 30s kept me going back to ESPN, but the award show itself, I don't think I've watched a full award show there. I think before the whole Caitlyn Jenner thing. This is I just want y'all to understand, like when I say these things about these married women and all this, just understand it comes from a place of understanding. I understand a lot of you. I understand that you've had to fake it till you make it and you had to be a certain way. But understand this, at some point, you're going to have to show who you truly are. So a lot of guys should avoid women that they know are nothing more than pretenders. Oh, there's males who are condoning it as well. A lot of these women are not who they say they are. But you got to really look for the signs, man, before you end up in a situation where you regret. But yeah, ESPN has been ESPN is not what it used to be. It actually used to be a network you can watch from the morning to night. And it's not anymore. And I would say 10, 12 years ago. They can't cook, can't do nothing. They can't clean either. all the award shows are terrible because the celebrities are terrible. The comedians can't be comedians. Everybody's woke. Everybody's anti this or pro this. It's like nobody has fun anymore. Nobody has fun anymore. Not even women. I told y'all the only time I see a woman smile in a photo is when she has her assets showing. When she twerking, that's the only time you see her smiling. Why should that be the only time I see you smile? Is when you twerking and shaking your assets. What is going on here? I would advise people in general not to watch too much TV anymore because it's all, especially like CNN and MSNBC. Like, hell, even most Fox News is crazy. Warmongering, like a lot of that stuff is just indoctrination. I would tell y'all not to watch that bullshit and just go and do your own research. Look up people who are not going to give you biased media. Okay? And not everything is a conspiracy theory. Not everything is a conspiracy theory. Salute to everybody that's here, man. Yeah, you definitely have to really understand the women that y'all are giving your energy to. You give your energy to the wrong woman, you waste time with the wrong woman, it can set you back, man. And you want to choose women that actually are for you. A lot of these women are pretenders. They are pretenders. It's like one of my favorite shows of all time is a show called The Pretender. It's come on in the 90s. This guy he was a genius. He would pretend to be different people every day because he was on the run from an organization that sort of they raise and groom geniuses for their own but their own destructive plans. So they use their smarts to do things. And he was the best of them. And he could pretend to be anybody he wanted to, right? One day he's a doctor. One day I think he's like a teacher, right? Just being whoever, his name was Jared, right? Jared. He was trying to get away from the center. And he had this woman and this guy that would be chasing him everywhere. And that woman was hell bent on trying to catch him. That's people of today, man. People are they're wearing different masks, right? They're just wearing different masks. Right? Different to help different identities to help people. But in this case, nobody's being helped. They just they are being very destructive. So I listen. I want y'all to succeed out here. I want y'all to do good out here. I'm no hater of anybody. I'm not a hater of Russell. I don't want to see Russell fail. I don't want to see his marriage fail. But you got to point out what's going on, man. Look at Tom Brady and his wife. You don't see his wife with him at no award show with her tatas out like this. You just don't. She's a wife and a mother. She's resigned to that. And she's been doing that for years. Why can't, especially black women, why can't y'all just be a wife and a mother? Why do y'all have to go out there, even if you come from a career? Because remember, Tom Brady's wife was a model, supermodel. Why can't a lot of you black women just be wives and mothers instead of trying to compete with these younger women? Out twerk them, out slur them, right? Why can't you just be a wife and a mother? What's wrong with that? It don't mean that you have to, dress head to toe, cover completely up. But when you show up to award shows like this is not a good look for a wife and a mother. It isn't. And when you see a lot of this stuff, now again, I've seen my share of white women out here, these Latinas, dressed in a certain way, but you got to use tact, man. You want people to remember you. You want people to say, "Damn, she looked good," not just because women, they do things for other women, right? So when they dress a certain way, they do it because they want to look good around other women, but they also want attention from men. Like I did a video almost a year ago about the Caucasian chick that was at a store. She was dressed up. She had on this dress, this tight dress. She had she had a big, big tits and whatever. She was, she saw a group of guys at the store and none of them gave her any attention. They ignored her. And she got in her car and she started ranting. She started uncontrollably ranting because those guys wouldn't give her any attention, even though she was dressed like she had just either come back from the club or she was on her way to the club. Right. Russell couldn't pull up in gray sweatpants and the shirt off. He would look like a complete weirdo. They'd be like, look at him trying to get attention from women. That's exactly what they would say. So I guarantee you, if nobody paid any attention to what Ciara did, she would be pissed. She'd be pissed. So in a way, I'm drawing attention to it. Maybe people might say, well, Jay, why are you drawing attention to something when you don't have to draw attention to it? It's because I am a commentator. Okay? I'm a commentator. All right? And because I'm a commentator, I'm going to speak on these things, whether you want to accept, my thoughts on it or not. Yeah, she did call them gay. She called those guys gay because they didn't pay her any attention. See, that's what they do. That's why I tell y'all, man, I don't know how the alphabet community allows women to call, straight men gay and they don't say anything. They just quiet. They're real quiet. They don't say nothing. I think they like that because they want to see straight men emasculated. Right? Some of them might even join in, Ciara new song trash. But you see, people aren't going to remember that song. People are just going to remember the video and the promotional pictures. Her music career been left and ain't coming back, right? But she's going to try. And she feels like she has to go this route to get people to she's dressed like, Ciara is dressed like she's a single R&B singer. Like she was, 10 years ago or so, right? When it might have been right before she got with Future. When she was, just single, doing her own thing or whatnot, maybe dating, she'd probably show up to an award show like, not almost like this now, but, similarly, attention grabbing. But when you standing next to your husband, I don't know about that, man. I don't know about that. But people will think something is wrong with you. They'll think something's wrong with you. Women get upset because men want them to classy themselves up. Ain't that a bitch? You can tell a woman that you want her to, class it up a little bit and she don't have to look like this. They will get upset with you. They'll get upset with you. And it's like, why are you getting upset at people trying to actually give you good advice? I agree with that, Sarah. I agree. But see, she don't care about that. She don't care about that. She cares about standing next to Russell and being able to grab people's attention. That's the only thing on her mind right now. I don't know about the challenge, but I have seen some of the promotional videos and posts. And again, other women are telling her she don't have to do all this. Yeah, Russ, I'm telling you, man, it goes back to the video of her curving him on the kiss when he brought her. I think he brought her flowers. And people told me there was nothing to see there. I was reaching. She pulled away when he tried to kiss her. I don't know if she wasn't expecting him to be there because it was all about her. Ciara wants to do her own thing now. It's time for her to be a star. She's held you down long enough. And that's why I said, I think he's, stuck. I think he's kind of stuck in this situation. And it's sad. It really is. Because I don't think he's a bad guy at all. I think he's a decent guy that thought he met a woman that, was ready to go in a different direction. Right? Yo, Vernon, what's good, man? That's why I tell y'all, man, you gotta really get to know the type of women that you're dealing with. Because if they go from I don't believe in anything to I believe in God now, it's like it's like, oh, okay. Well, people thought I was reaching. I don't think so. I don't think so. Right? But I want things to work out for Russell. I don't want Russell to fail. But, that's the mother of his, children. So he wants to make it work. I don't know. I know that when she got with Russell, everything was about Christianity and religion, spirituality, built a foundation, with God, and, we're gonna wait to have relations with each other. We're gonna wait it out. Right? That's what they did, man. They waited it out. And they got together and now, things are going into a different direction. Because you don't really see a lot of the... Hold on. Can I show this? Okay, let me see. This picture here. I'm gonna put the picture up. And I'm going to show y'all how much things have changed, okay? I'm going to show you how much things have changed. I'm going to show you how much things have changed. That's how much things have changed, man. That was them early in the relationship, right? That was them. Now, I don't see no tits in that. I don't. I'm not saying that, you got to walk around covered up and just living sort of like a life of just, I'm going to cover up. No, I mean, it's the behaviors. It's the behaviors. And when things change, they change. See, this is what a lot of the people who are detractors of what I say about Ciara, they're not going to bring up this photo. They're not going to bring that photo up. You know why they're not going to bring that photo up? Because this photo represents what the marriage was built upon. The marriage was built upon a religious foundation of husband and wife and children. A foundation living through the word of God through Christ. And the foundations was them two building a life together. And Russell was already devoutly in the church, I believe, into religion. I don't know about Ciara. Ciara had been in the industry for a minute, so I don't know. Industry people, religion, But this is what the foundations of the marriage was built upon. So when you lose that foundation, that whole thing is going to crumble. That whole thing is going to crumble. And see, the people who don't like what I have to say, they're not going to talk about this photo. They're not going to talk about them being in church and giving themselves to God and living through faith and not seeking to indulge in debaucherous behaviors. And debauchery ain't all just, having relations with people. It can be, you can have debaucherous behavior. Your behavior can be of sin, debaucherous. Hope I'm saying that right. Debaucherous. They could be full on debauchery no matter what is going on, whether you have relations or not. I just want people to, I got another photo I'm about to show. I just want y'all to understand this is what the marriage was built upon. It was built upon that.
At this point, their divorce is just months away, and I won't be surprised.
Appreciate that, Chuzzy. I wouldn't be surprised either. Yet, he is on his knees and she's standing. He's on his knees and she's standing. What does that tell you? She's not praying. It's just like, how people be in church and they will ask people to come up and, can pray at the front of the church. And you got people that will sort of stand back and they won't go up, but they'll stand and they'll bow their head and they'll stand up and pray. You know what I'm saying? But they won't go up and, kneel and pray, right? They will stand back, stand up, and they will stand and pray. They won't go on. They're not bowing before Christ. They're not bowing to God in the church. Shout out to Divine Photos, from praising God to the streets for Ciara.
From praising God to the streets for Ciara.
Appreciate it. But I just want you, a lot of you people who are detractors, I want y'all to see what this marriage was built upon. Look at this, and now look at what it has become. Look at what it's become. Look how Ciara dressed. Is she dressed seductively in the church? Don't think so. Don't think so. I'm going to show y'all another picture of Ciara and Russell, this is what I did in my video on this. What I want y'all to see is when he surprised her. And she did not look that happy to see him. I don't care how she acted. Look at the photos. Now, I can't find the video, but in the video, he went to kiss her and she pulled back, right? She pulled back. And I still have people making excuses. Males was making excuses for this like a motherfucker. A woman that loves you ain't gonna pull back like you did something wrong. And I think what Russell did wrong was he showed up at her event. I think she was having some type of event, I think. And then you got people telling me that nothing is wrong here. You're reaching. I'm reaching? Like, that looks like a, you know. You know what I'm saying? Like, he trying to kiss his wife and she pulled back, man. What woman is going to pull back when her husband is trying to kiss her? Like, and then people still try to make it seem like there's nothing wrong here. I was reaching. I'm reaching. Look at that body language. It's like a dude that, you know, may like a chick, you know, and he may have went on a few dates with her, and, you know, he saw her in public and wanted to kiss her and, he, you know, give her a kiss on the cheek, and she was like, You know, they dated for a little while, right? And then I still got people that want to say I'm reaching. So I got to show you the visual evidence that what am I reaching for? I'm not reaching about nothing. I'm not reaching about a damn thing. That's that body language a little off for a married couple. This is a married couple. This ain't two people that just started dating, that only been dating for about a week. This is a married couple with children together. And that's the body language she giving you. Yeah, he must have done something that pissed her off. I got to understand, even when people are married, there'll be situations where they may temporarily break up, still may sleep in the same, stay in the same house, but he's sleeping elsewhere, or he'll go and, you know, stay at his other place, right? You know, couples have problems. You know, everybody, you know, tend to have problems here or there, but in this situation, you know, we don't know of anything going on, but things happen, and everything is not what it seems to be. Not everything is what you think, you know, not everything is what you may believe it to be. There could be problems there. Okay. There could be problems there. But the fact that you got these beta males, and I don't like really using that term, but I'm going to use it, who want to play, you know, defender to a woman that they've never met without really reading and studying the situation, just lets me know how intellectually, not only lazy you are, but, you know, just how weak you are. Right? Ain't no, you know, if I'm a guy that's married to a woman and my wife is giving me like standoffish vibes, either she's screwing another man or we just not on good terms. Those are the only two reasons why she would react that way.
Russell is the friend zone husband.
You said that, Devon. Hold on. He looked like he was in the friend zone in that video. Even though people would tell you, no, it's not the case. It is the case. And you're looking at it. That's why I'm showing you this. That's why I'm showing you this. I got to show you so you can understand it, because a lot of you don't. And you want to say that I'm reaching. I'm not reaching. If it comes a day where I'm doing a video about them divorcing, I'm going to throw it back in your goofy faces. Shout out to everybody that's here. I appreciate y'all being here. I think that's pretty much it. That's all I have to say. I thank y'all for being here. Y'all were a great crowd. Salute to everybody. Moderators, channel members. Y'all go to the link that's pinned at the top. Follow me on all the social media. Check out the videos I posted today. Just go to the other channels and subscribe. All right. And if you're new to this channel, subscribe. And click notification bell, please. And if you're not getting notifications, unclick notification bell and then click back on the notification bell. I've had a consistent audience tonight. That's what I'm talking about. Because usually the later it is, the numbers go down, but the numbers went up. So shout out to y'all for checking in. Y'all checked in. Not the Steven Jackson type checking in, but y'all checked in. Talking about a real checking in. Y'all really checked in, man. And y'all have stayed here the whole show. I've really not had a drop off. I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that, man. But yeah, man, subscribe to the other channels. Go check out the other content. Y'all have been great, man. I have the best audience. I ain't afraid to say that. I got the best audience. My audience, you know, even though I do seem like every year we'll have a bit of a turnover, which is going to happen. But the fact that y'all stay through at 12:30 at night, I appreciate that. I really do, man. You know, makes me feel good. All right, people. Shout out to the moderators, channel members, patrons. Join that Patreon. I'm unloading the archives. So check that out. I'll see y'all next one. Y'all have a good rest of your night. All right. And go and check out and go check on your wives on Instagram and Facebook, because a lot of our wives are out there. And I'll see y'all next one. All right.